Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver, and we're walking on, like, the razor's edge of Emmerdale here, okay? My dog is at the window. She sees something. She's about to bark. I know it. I absolutely know it. But anyways, that's the problem of me 20 seconds from now. So anyways, welcome to World of Horror, and I got a great bit to start this off with, okay? Signalis is gonna turn me into the fucking Joker, okay? Like, I swear to God. So, I put about 3 hours into it, and I'm not... Listen. I'm bad at video games, okay? This might shock you, but I'm bad at video games. The only video game that I'm at all even good at is this one, and there's no mechanical skill actually required. It's all just game knowledge and memorization, which is the only reason why I'm somewhat good at it. And even then, I still fuck up a lot and die. Oh, there she goes! Okay. I think she's mostly done. I hit pause because I don't want to edit. Are we good? Are we good? I'm looking at her. There's a tension in the air. She's looking. Catch her noticing the window. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. I believe we can continue. So, again, most shocking thing you'll ever hear in your life. Webweaver's actually bad at video games. But so I'm playing on hard mode, which means enemies require more bullets to kill. And I got to the first boss of Signalis, and I swear to God, it took me like 40 minutes. Not 40 minutes of fighting the boss, like, straight up, but like 40 minutes of of trying to figure out what the hell I was actually supposed to do. Because the game is really good, but the feedback for, like, hitting is not that great. And there's a bunch of just, like, unexplained shit that doesn't make any sense, and how you kill the first boss is like the most counterintuitive thing I think I've ever whoever figured out, like, if you fight the first boss in Signalis and you figured out how to kill them on the first try, like, my hat is off to you. Because so here's the thing, we're gonna do like a little Signalis spoilers, all right? Because I swear to God, I'm turning into the Joker. So, for the first boss, okay? And I don't even know what's going on with the story. Uh-oh, there's a light outside the window. She's about to go fucking ballistic. So here's the deal, right? Here's how it works. The first boss is in a big old suit of power armor, you know? Big fuck-off suit of power armor, like 2 or 3 times your size. Well, maybe that's I mean, like... That's the wrong impression to give. Basically, you're a guardsman, and you're going up against a space marine, okay? That's the best way I can put it. And so, you have this massive hulking suit of power armor with a giant fuck-off railgun, and you've got barely any space to maneuver. So, you have to... But the thing is, the boss is slow. And so, you can dodge the railgun shots pretty easily. Now, here's the deal, right? The boss will periodically open their helmet so that you can shoot inside of the helmet. And the only way you know that this does damage is because when you aim at an enemy, it will have an X, and then when it's valid to shoot them, it'll have a square. And so when you see the square, you can take the shot. And then you just have to hope that that actually does damage, which it does. But so for this boss... They have, like, 4 or 5 attacks. They have railgun shot, which is long range. And then, they have, like, a bunch of melee abilities. So first of all, if you walk near them, you take damage. Like, you just take damage for being near the boss. So they damage you whenever you get close to them. Then, when the boss is vulnerable... They have they put like an AoE on the floor that if you step on it, you take constant damage and you can't shoot. And then, if you're like running around close to them, not only are you taking the damage from their like aura effect, but then they can also just like use their fucking railgun as like a giant ass two-handed mace and just, like, slam you into the corner and, like, kill you, right? And that does a lot of damage. So, the ways that the boss can hurt you is the boss is really dangerous up close, and then the boss can, like, shoot you with a very inaccurate gun far away. And you're in a very tight space, and so you've only got, like, 3 ways you can run, and you can it's weird, right? You can either go left, which is, like, a little left turn. You're basically in, like, a tiny room with, like, a couple of obstacles preventing you from walking around freely. So it basically means there's, like, 3 pathways to go, and they all connect to each other. And again, very tiny room, single screen. And so... and so, like, I swear to God, you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, so when the boss becomes vulnerable, you have to get away from them, and then you have to shoot them from a distance, right? True, you do have to shoot the boss when they're vulnerable, and you can't be close to them when they're vulnerable, because they're spreading the AoE on the floor, and you have to dodge it. And this anecdote's gonna go on for like 8 million years, so let's get this out of the way. Strength, dexterity, seconds, charisma. So basically, that's the boss's attacks. And then you also have 2 ads that are spawning in the boss arena as well. So you have to deal with this very limited space that you can walk in, and then you also have to deal with the 2 really fast ads that are, like, constantly trying to hunt you down. Which, it's actually not, like, that bad to manage, but a mistake that you can make immediately, which is the mistake that I made, is the first time the boss becomes vulnerable is around the time that, and this happened like 6 times in a row, but around the time that I killed the first ad that spawned. So I thought the boss became vulnerable when you killed the ad. This isn't true. They're completely independent of each other. The boss will just become vulnerable fucking randomly after they, like, try to shoot you like 3 or 4 times. And so it doesn't matter what you do to the ads. And so it turns out that the ads are like a waste of ammo, and hurting them doesn't damage the boss in any way or even do anything to the boss. Those 2 ads are just there to be like a pain in your ass, which is really annoying. Now, before the boss fight, you got Thermite, and you got the Thermite tutorial, where you can, like, have these Thermite charges, and they, like, permanently kill enemies, so they can't get back up. I was, you know, and here's the thing. I try to actively avoid the fear of missing out on video game consumable items, because, like, we've all played Skyrim, right? You play Skyrim, you get a potion, it's a really useful potion, like a paralysis poison potion or whatever you can put on your sword. You never fucking use it. You're always waiting for the enemy that's worth it to use it on, and you never find one, so you never get to have fun with it. You never get to use all these cool potions. You just have 200 weight of potions in your inventory. You got thousands of potions in your inventory. You just never use. And you only ever use the health potions. And maybe the stamina and the magic potions, but, like, nothing else. And so when I get an item, and when I get a tutorial on how to use the item, I like to actually check it out. So I permanently killed some of the monsters in the, in the hallways, so that I could walk in the hallways without getting jumped every single fucking time. Which worked out really well. I saved a lot of ammo doing that. But how was I supposed to know that there was gonna be a boss fight, like, 30 minutes later, 40 minutes later, where I then have to, use the Thermite to permanently kill the ads so I don't have to deal with them. So it's like that was a little bit frustrating, because it was like because now, if I get a new item in the game, and I haven't fought the boss in the level yet, I'm gonna be thinking to myself, oh, this item's definitely gonna be useful in the boss fight, and these are the only ones that I'm ever gonna find. So the game, like, punishes you for actually using the items that it gives you. At least in that specific circumstance, which is really dumb. I actually think that's bad design. Because if they gave it to you before the boss arena, it'd be a little, like, insulting, because, like, okay, yeah, I get it. You're supposed to use the Thermite on the boss. And it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. You're supposed to use the Thermite on the boss. It's obvious when you get down there. And every time I play through the game again, I'm always going to have the Thermite charges for the boss, for a reason we'll get into later. But, I don't actually know what I want to do here. I actually hate these mysteries, like, with a burning passion. Like, you seeing this shit? Are you seeing this? We have one in-town mystery. And then everything else is this? It's look who it is? I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. We have to get all this shit? We have to get all this shit now because we're never gonna see it again? Like, God forbid? Yeah, okay. Give me, like, a compass or a flashlight or something. I'll take... Oh. Both these are really good. We might as well try to get both, you know? You know what I mean? Like, we might as well just try to get both? Like this? There's no way. That's so dumb. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't ever do this. This is terrible. I hate this, but... I mean, we're never gonna be back here again, so we might as well. It's look who it is. Mangled hand, you piece. Okay, we can get cursed, and then get that cured. Insomnia, oh boy. But, yeah, so it's like... They give you thermite charges when it would be useful, and then you use the thermite charges, and you're like, okay, I'll find more later, and then the next thing that you find, like the next major thing you find is the fucking boss fight that you could really use the thermite charges on, but I guess you already used them to make the hallways safe, so fuck you. Fuck you, Fire Emblem fans. I don't know why I felt like saying that. That's one of my favorite... Like, it's a parody of, like, the fuck you Baltimore thing, but it's fuck you, Fire Emblem fans. Who made that? Sage Master? That's a good one. That's a banger. We look who it is. But yeah, so that's kind of annoying. That it's like, you get this very limited item that you immediately find more of after the boss fight is over, and it's like, you know, some Mega Man shit, where if you get the item before the boss... you can deal with the boss really easily. But the actual solution to defeating the boss is, like, the most counterintuitive fucking thing I've ever seen. Because, like, the boss has a vulnerability. Like, the boss is invulnerable. And then they go into a vulnerability phase where you can damage them, alright? And you have to wait for the boss to do this. And it's actually metal as fuck. I'm not gonna explain anything visual about the boss. Like, the visuals are, well, you know, I told you they're in a big suit of power armor and you're like a Imperial Guardsman versus a fucking Space Marine. But, like, you know, I'm not going to explain anything, like, fucking crazy about, like, how metal as fuck that fight is. Because that fight, aesthetically, is metal as fuck. Like, just the implications are so fucking crazy. But, you know, there's a way... for you to... Well, there's two ways for you to cheese the boss. And I have no idea why this is a good... Like, I have no idea why. Like, okay. So, the first way to cheese the boss is, do you still have that thermite that you used earlier because it was really useful and helpful and it was a really nice quality of life thing that you got? Here's the deal. When the boss enters a vulnerability phase, you can actually run through the damage AoE that constantly hits you, if you're high health enough, and you can put a thermite charge in the boss and kill them instantly, apparently. That's what the Steam community discussion says. And, like, again, I spent like 40 minutes trying to kill this damn thing, and I didn't even know if I was making progress, because I'm on hard difficulty, right? So it's like everything takes more bullets to kill, and I kept running out of bullets before the boss died, and there's no feedback or health bar, so I really had no idea if I was doing anything. You know what I mean? Like, I just generally... Broken nose moment? That doesn't matter. Like, I had no idea if I was doing damage, because there's no, like, again, there's no health bar, there's no... You just see that there's a square, and that means that you can shoot it, and you hope that kills it. But, like, I'd like, died and game overed, like, 7 times. Because I kept trying to, like, manage my ammo well enough to, like, deal with the ads and the boss, which I just didn't have enough ammo to do. So I would always run out of ammo, which is the only way to do damage, at least now, before I could kill the boss. And so, you know, I had to look it up just to sanity check. Like, I am doing what you're supposed to do. Like, wait for the boss to be vulnerable and then shoot them in the head. Which is what you are supposed to do if you're fighting the boss normally. But if you have a thermite charge, you can instantly kill the boss. If you walk into the deadly AoE fucking thing on the floor. It's like, yeah, that's... I mean, here's the thing, though. For cheese, like, just instantly killing the boss, I can completely understand that being batshit crazy, right? Like, oh yeah, run through the death field and hope that you're high enough health and your health regen from, like, a repair patch carries you and you don't die, right? Like, that is totally cool. Because it's like a little fun thing that you can discover if you're, like, batshit crazy. But here's the thing. The other way to deal with the boss without thermite charges is, like, literally something you'd see in, like, a shitpost. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I have no idea why they made this the strategy for dealing with the boss. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, again, to refresh you, this is a giant hulking... Like, you are an Imperial Guard versus a Space Marine, okay? But you are... Apparently, you're Sly fucking Marbo, okay? Because the strategy for killing the boss... And this is apparently, like, if you don't have any thermite charges, this is what you do. Because if you don't have a lot of ammo, and... you're on hard mode, so the boss has more health and the ads have more health. You're gonna run out of ammo before you can kill the boss, and then your only choice is death, right? So, what you have to do is kill the boss as quickly as possible so that you don't have to deal with the ads. So, the strategy... And when I heard this, I thought the person on the Steam forums was actually just, like, trolling. Like, they were just like, haha, this is funny joke moment. But this is actually real. This is actually what you do. You can force the boss to go into a vulnerability state. Now, how do you do that, you might be asking? How do you force this, like, massive, giant, power armor, railgun wielding, you take damage even by getting near them? How do you force that person to go into a vulnerability state whenever you want? It's very simple. You run at them, and then when you get stunned and you take damage, because, like, when you take damage, you get, like, hit stunned a little bit, and then you have to wait, like, half a second or so before you can take control of your character again. So when you run into the boss's damage AoE, and then after you gain, like, after you're done with the hit stun, you then sprint into the boss before they can melee attack you, and then you push them into a wall, which stuns them and causes them to go into a vulnerability state immediately. And you just... I said it's complete... It's right out of a shitpost. You just do that over and over and over again. You just shove... You just shove the boss into a wall over and over and over and over again. And you can force it. And so I had these 2 stun prods equipped. So whenever the ads woke up, I just stunned them, beat them down, and then ran into the boss again. And I was, like, just chugging repair patches the whole time. It was, like, one of the craziest, like, weirdest boss fights I've had in a game like that. Because, again, a majority of the ways that the boss can damage you is by getting close to the boss. And so the boss's weakness being get hit by the boss's close range attack and then run into the boss and then push them into the wall and then run away and then shoot them is, like, one of the weirdest fucking things. It's insane. And it's very... Uh-oh. I did just do that. That was a moment. We had a moment. A not paying attention moment, because we're just doing an anecdote, you know? Go ahead and put the blessed shell away. Give me the meat cleaver. Yeah, no, it's completely insane. And then, immediately after you kill the boss, it cuts to a cutscene, and then you're in a new zone. So it's like, that's great. That's nice. Good thing there's a save point before the boss fight, but, like, oh my god. I'm really liking Signalis right now, and I'm never, like, the story is a banger so far, but it's, like, completely batshit insane. Okay, but what if we hit both of these at the same time? That'd be fucking crazy. We are just gonna take, like, 8 million damage, huh? Yeah. That's okay. How's our brace looking here? Because we have a 90. We have a 95. We have a... Oh, boy. We take 1 stamina damage. Doom is gonna be the biggest problem here. So... But there's nothing we can do about Doom, because we're in out-of-town hell for, like, 8 million years. So we're just gonna get, like, 50% Doom here as a treat. That was branded, by the way, that kicked our ass. Also, did we get... Why did we take 3% Doom just from investigating an area? That's fucked up. Do we want to take 1 to all? I mean, I guess we can. Not that bad. Our combat so far is, like, completely fine. I haven't really been commentating about this run. So... We'll see how it goes. I mean, really, it just comes down to Doom, right? Like, we're just gonna be in out-of-town hell for the rest of the game. And there's nothing we can really do about that. It was strength and dex, right? I remember it being strength. So I'll put some points into strength. I feel like with 7 perception, we're pretty okay with that. We want this to be timeline A, just because we don't need the spiral hoodie. Peculiar painting moment. We should definitely do... Actually, why did I do Fear Festival? Because you only have to go there like 6 times, right? That's actually, like, pretty on par, I think. I will take any ally who's good. Who doesn't cost Doom. We're not going to the school, are we? Was that School Scissors or Wordless Ward? I don't remember. You know what? Fuck it. Well, what was the Kurikosa mask doing for us anyways, huh? And we're on Moriko's perks, so we can't get, like, on your own. I'll go ahead and throw for this, because, like, Bark Woman is a little intimidating. Oh, that's great. Nice. So we're gonna have to do the exact same thing, because I don't want her to go down to 13. I specifically want to be in range of the 12 here, because we can easily guarantee it. Give me that Discharge Summary EXP, by the way. Do I want to, like, onsen here? Not really. I don't really want to do that, because I don't want to increase Doom, like, at all. I just want to be, like, out of this mystery as soon as possible. We have a stamina healing. Just get me out of here. I won't take anybody for Doom. No, I can't. Like, I can't. I'm sorry. I cannot. If he was stamina, I would take him. If he was reason, I would take him. If he was money, I would take him. But he's Doom. And so, unfortunately, we gotta get a grip here. The Doom is approaching. We're Kazumi Gaming. Ashen Contract. Oh my god. I think I would rather use the Holy Shell instead of that. Please be Timeline A. I'm begging you. We haven't gotten Timeline B regularly in the entire Quick Play saga. Don't you dare do this to me. Oh, you son of a... Oh, it's Look Who It Is. Don't you dare do this to me. We're just out. Yep, no hope. Goodbye. We'll take the 5% Doom. We didn't take Iwa. If we took Iwa, I would, like, feel obligated to try to get out of that with the least amount of Doom possible, but I just want to cut my losses and run. I just want to get out of there. Folklore Studies Moment. These are all terrible, by the way. I almost want to take Ammo Stash. But we'll take Folklore Studies, because we are going to the village. And then we'll take a point of strength for fun. I should probably take a point of perception. Oh, it's Peculiar Painting. It was neither of those things. Yeah, that's fine. We're not... I mean, we literally can't get the chainsaw because I never bought fuel, but I don't want the chainsaw. Chainsaw, we do a lot of chainsaw gaming for fun, you know? Sometimes you gotta sit back and be like, you gotta enjoy the ride. Now here's the thing, using the holy shell might, like, get us killed. So, it might make us doom out. So, I'm a little bit worried. We can skip an investigation here by going to get the light source, because I would rather have a thing that we can throw. Grab a flashlight. No, wait, yes, correct. That's what I want to do. Now, Mind Wipe is going to be a little bit tricky. Not a big fan of Mind Wipe. I'm a noted Mind Wipe disrespector. I wake up extra early to disrespect Mind Wipe. We are gonna do the extra investigation just to dodge the boss fight. I think that's perfectly fair. Innsmouth, look, this is starting to look like a fucking Ayaka run, alright? Like, I don't wanna think about that. 7-3, Heart of Darkness. 83! Jesus. Okay, give me the holy shell. The blessed shell. We're gonna take the painkiller now. Give me the energy drink. We'll take the energy drink immediately on the mystery. Because, I mean, we might as well. If it helps us do one dexterity check, it was worth it. It's the sweaty man moment. Okay. So this is pretty good, at least. We can do some cooking, okay? Alright, you're dead. This is starting to look like an Ayaka run. I mean, look at this. Look at this! We ain't Ayaka. She ain't Ayaka! She's got the happy feet. Oh, God. I mean, you gotta, right? Oh, you've gotta be kidding me. Alright. You know what? It doesn't matter. We're gonna get bonus, okay? Don't you dare. Don't you dare have roads closed. Thank God for that. Okay. An easy enemy. Oh, no. Okay, change of plan. 2 for the bone saw? Excuse me? This is putting the whole run into perspective. Look at this. We can do 13 damage max. We need to get bonus here to counteract torn muscle. Thank God for that. Okay, theologist moment. We do actually have folklore studies, and the village has doom reduction, but 88! Oh. We can't use the blessed shell. We literally can't. Like, that's not happening. But we can't win with 3 damage. Like, there's no shot. We gotta go here. We gotta hope for some doom reduction. This is fine. I mean, not really, but it is, like, kind of okay. Oh my god. Because, like, it's a reason boss, so who cares? Well, we just got a broken jaw, so we can't, meme our way out of this one if we wanted to. So, this'll do 6, set them to 12, then we can do 13 for fun. As a treat, you know? Just as a little joke. Just a little joke meme. Little joke. I don't know why I'm, like, Skaven posting right now, but I guess I am. We're gonna do him out! What do you mean that didn't give it to me? You piece? Oh my god, okay. Nice. Linguist moment? Okay. Rest. Oh. Oh. Okay. So we're gonna maybe kill the boss? I don't know. So we have 4 damage again. That's pretty nice. I like that. I like 4 damage. Now, what I'm not a big fan of is, everything else about this. So we're gonna Desperation here. And then... We did just lose this to Doom, yeah? We did just lose this to Doom. It's exactly what I said it would be, yeah. No, let's not do that, because that's not gonna be great. Because that's just 14. Because of the -1 damage. It's a little bit weird. Don't worry about it. Aw, you piece. Alright, let's just do it big, right? Just do it big. Just don't miss. She would never miss. She would never miss! It's true. She would never miss. Oh my god. That's actually really fucked up, you know? Okay. You're dead. Then we block. That's not even funny. Like, that's not even... Like, that's not even funny. As, like, a little joke, that's not even... hilarious. That's not... wow. I mean... I guess we'll shoot first. I don't see why not. Nice. Nice. Why are we taking stamina damage? I didn't take any reason damage. Why did we take stamina? I mean, obviously, like, this, I think. Yeah, but, like, we didn't take any reason damage. What happened to that? Also, look at this. That's great. Alright, Blessed Shell moment. Rip Bozo Pack Watch. We're still winning this fight. Okay, so it's the end. It's the end, by the way. We're dead. It's look who it is. It's the end. Goodbye. My name's Webweaver. Thank you so much for watching. Moriko has fucking died. What is this? Spider God? Oh, not a good way to go. Not a good way to go at all. Do not envy the current position when spiders the size of cars start walking down the fucking neighborhood street. Stay safe out there. Have a good one. Almost 32 exactly, you piece. 2 seconds less of commentary? Or 2-second faster gameplay? You would have loved to see it. But anyways, have a good one. Stay safe out there. I'll see you on the next episode of World of Horror. Bye!